G'day YouTube, it's Shane here once again, and today I'm currently, look at that cloud right across the back there. I'm on my way home from Tea Tree Plaza via the city. Today is a beautiful blue sky day with the occasional streak of cloud and all that sort of stuff. A little bit of wind every now and again. It's 25 degrees Celsius and it's just a beautiful day. So I was up at Tea Tree Plaza this morning because I've arranged to meet a guy at the shopping centre and just have a casual chat, like for an hour or so, and so he can work on his conversational English and things like that. He shouts me a hot chocolate and stuff like that. So yeah, why not? And it's always good to learn about English through teaching it. Like, you learn more about your own language when you're trying to explain some of the concepts to other people. So today we were working on prefixes and suffixes and like the root words and things like that, and like words he'd probably heard but never really thought about. And I've started using a phrase like chipping in, you know, when you contribute to like a group project financially, or you know, you chip in for pizza and stuff like that. And you had to explain that sort of concept and add depth to it and whatever. So that was pretty cool. And then I went into the city to look around the various comic shops, coffee shops, and I didn't buy anything, but now I can go home and just relax a little bit. I'm going to continue doing a course that I started. It's how to make a mini comic, and so far it's not too bad. Not my work, my contribution's pretty woeful, but some of the stuff I had to restructure in order for me to be able to get the most benefit out of the course. All the good stuff is later on in the course, and yeah, I've come across a few mental stumbling blocks and things like that, but I'll fight through them and go on and progress. But what else? Yesterday, as you would have seen in the previous video, I worked for the Australian Electoral Commission during yesterday's federal election, and I was there to handle the declared votes. So all the provisional votes and the absentee votes. And there must have been a mix-up somewhere along the line, because a lot of the people that were supposed to vote in my electorate weren't on the electoral roll for some reason. They've been on the electoral roll for a while, so there were hundreds of people, and I know because I had to count the votes afterwards, that we don't count the declared votes then and there. They get checked elsewhere because it's like for silent voters and whatnot, right? And yeah, so several hundred people weren't on the electoral roll. So, or they were on the roll, they just weren't on the printed electoral roll, or they may have gone to another division or something or other. I'll never know. But yeah, not too bad. Got to interact with a lot of people. Got to explain how to vote and whatnot. There's a few people that were a little bit paranoid and anti-government and whatnot. I call them cookers because that's the local slang term for people who like to break bad, so to speak. And thankfully that was few and far between, and people witnessing what was going on behind me, and excuse me, the wind has picked up. I'm not going to wait any further for the wind to die down, but I am wearing a lavalier mic, so it should be okay. Yeah, the people behind, some of these people that were playing up could witness what was happening, and they sort of offered words of support and things like that. So it's been a very, very interesting day. I started working there at the polling place at 7 a.m. in the morning, and then we went all the way through till after midnight. And it's a weird thing because there's no real perception of time when you're that busy. And the polling booth opened at 8 o'clock in the morning, and there was a consistent line of people solidly for until about 4:30 in the afternoon. They closed the doors at 6 p.m. and then we had to start counting and stuff like that. But yeah, 6 hours of counting, recounting, having to make sure that the numbers of different things were in alignment, and yeah, it's more complicated than what I thought. And we had a few issues and stuff outside of the cookers that I mentioned, but we got it all done, and it should be a good pay packet when it gets all processed. So yeah, now I'm going to watch Doctor Who. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll catch you in the next video. In fact, why don't you watch a couple more of my videos. Bye for now.